Alright, so what's up everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the prep series. So today it's Wednesday, it's just gone up to 7 o'clock now. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. The last couple of days I've actually been able to have a great night's sleep. As I'm introducing the carbs again, I feel like it's helping me get to sleep at night. My body's like being able to shut down a little bit easier in the night. My brain's not like going 100 miles an hour. Like the last 2 weeks when I was having no carbohydrates, it was just like I couldn't focus on anything. I really couldn't unwind and just shut down and just try and get some sleep. So last 2 weeks was just like a nightmare. I was suffering with insomnia, kept waking up during the night and just broken sleep. But the last few days I feel like I've been sleeping like a baby. I've had a good 6 hours sleep, which is unheard of for me at the moment. But yeah, last night I probably had a nice 5 to 6 hours sleep, which, you know, I'm really happy. I've woken up feeling fresh as a baby. But I got a standard procedure done this morning. My morning cardio, 35 minutes, and then I've done 40 minutes of posing practice afterwards because I've got a long day ahead of me. I wanted to get my posing done with and out of the way within the morning. So I'm just up in the kitchen now, about to get breakfast cooking. So I've got here 1 whole egg, which I'm cooking now, and I've got here 10 ounces of egg whites. I've also got another whole egg which I'm going to cook after that one. So I cook them one at a time, and I like to have my whole eggs like fried. As you can see, I'm just gonna make sure it's all alright. So I keep the sunny side up, keep the yolk nice and runny. So that's pretty much nearly almost done. And I say then I've got 10 ounces of just egg whites and nothing else. And that's pretty much it for my breakfast. So today being Wednesday, we've upped the carbohydrates again. So Monday and Tuesday we was on 100 grams of carbohydrates and 300 grams of protein. Wednesday, today and tomorrow we're now on 150 grams of carbohydrates, and we brought the protein down to 250. But I'm still going to do the same as like I done yesterday, have my carbs around my workout. So I'll have 75 grams pre-workout and then 75 grams post-workout. It's just what I like to do at the moment. I feel like my body's actually using up those carbohydrates around the workout instead of spreading out throughout the day, because I say it's still a low amount of carbohydrates, especially for me. So it's best to get them when I need them most and get the most out of them. So pre and post workout is going to be all my carbohydrates today. That's pretty much going to be my next meal, so I've got a busy day ahead of me. So like I'm going to get this meal in now, breakfast. I've got some emails and clients to deal with throughout the morning, and then I'm going to get my next meal, which will be my pre-workout meal to start my day. And also I've changed my split because of the carbohydrates. So normally I do a pull leg push session. So seeing as yesterday and the day before was 100 grams of carbohydrates, I done Monday a pull session, yesterday we done push, and then today we're going to do legs. So as I'm having more carbohydrates, I thought I'll put that around a leg workout, and then we're going to be doing a repeat. So tomorrow will be pull, push, and then legs again. So just switching up slightly just because of my macros and my carbohydrates. That's the main reason, no real science behind it or no specific reason behind it. So I'm about to cook up my breakfast and get this in me, and like I say, get my online clients, emails and some business sorted out. So that's pretty much it. So guys, I'm just about to put my pre-workout meal together. So I'm just warming up my pan first for my eggs. And I've got my ground of rice cooking, which is pretty much done in the microwave. So what I tend to do is I'll cook my ground of rice first, and it comes out really piping hot. So then what I like to do is give it a little mix. So in here I've got 50 grams of ground of rice. As you guys can see, it's like a nice thick texture. Let's get a tea towel because it's really hot. So as you can see, it's a nice thick texture. And then what I'll do is I'll stick that in the fridge just to cool down for a little bit, and then while that's cooling down I'll stick my eggs on. So today I've got 13 egg whites and I've got 2 whole eggs for my pre-workout meal. So I've slightly changed up my pre-workout meal from the last video. The last video I'd done 8 rice cakes. Now as we're having 75 grams, I've gone added 25 grams of carbohydrates to my pre-workout meal. What I've done is I've brought my ground rice down to 50 grams, and also with my carb sources I'm going to get 6 rice cakes. Get yourself a plate up. So that gives me a total of 75 grams of carbohydrates. Three, 6. So there you go, that's pretty much it for my carb sources for my pre-workout meal. And with the eggs, that's about 40 grams of protein. So I like to even it out just to make life a little bit easier for me at this stage. So when the protein's down to 250, I split that over 6 meals, which works out about just over 40 grams of protein each meal. So 40 grams of protein each meal, and then I get 75 grams of carbs pre and post workout meal. And then my fats, normally I would have, for my pre-workout, I'd have the peanut bar, but I switched it up today and I'm using some whole eggs just so I can get some more essential fatty acids in with the omega-3s. So I had the 2 whole eggs in the morning. I'll have another 2 whole eggs today. Also as well, in the pre-workout, I'm not doing fried, I'm just going to stick them in with the scrambled, just to save a little bit of time because I'm a bit behind on time. I need to get this pre-workout done with. Now, most of you guys know, as bodybuilders, we don't look at food for taste. We look at it as function and just for fuel. But, you know, to a certain degree, we do look at food with our eyes. You know, the saying is you look at food with your eyes, and that's what appeals to you. When you see something with your eyes, that's what's going to draw you into, you know, want to eat that food. So when it comes to prepping, you know, it's all about just function, getting in the food and carbohydrates in that your body needs to function, to give you fuel, give you energy, to, you know, keep protein synthesis, all things like that. But to some degree, we still want to keep food interesting. Now, when we're eating the same meals every single day, the last thing we want to do is open our Tupperware and just think, oh, another chicken and rice meal, or another fish and asparagus meal. And, you know, if we do that over a period of time, you're going to get, you know, bored of the food, and you're more likely to fall off the bandwagon and come off your diet. So, you know, to a certain degree, you can have some sauces and things just to make your food a little bit more tasty. So for me, I like to use the MyProteins sugar-free syrups. Even though these are absolutely calorie-free, they've got nothing in there, no sugar, no fat, no carbohydrates, anything like that, I still like to weigh them out. Just my preference is, you know, I want to make sure I'm getting an accurate amount with everything, and it's just what I like to do. So with these rice cakes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bigger plate because that plate's a bit too small. So I've got here the golden syrup flavour, and I'm just going to weigh out 10 grams. On that, and I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and I'm going to have one that's got blueberry on it. Again, 10 grams. And then the last one, I've got butterscotch flavour. So like I say, it just adds a little bit of flavour and a little bit of taste, as you can see there. So we've got the golden syrup, we've got the blueberry, and we've got the butterscotch one. And it just gives it a little bit of flavour, and just when you look at it, it just looks a little bit more appealing. But at the end of the day, it's a question I get asked a lot, and it's, you know, how do you keep consistent? You know, how do you stick to your food and your diet every single day? I don't look at the food as taste. I just look at it as function. At this stage, it's like literally I get to my next meal and I just eat it and then I move on to my next meal. So I don't really focus and think about it, but to some degree I want to enjoy the meals I am eating. I don't want it to be completely plain and rubbish and tasteless. So adding a little bit of flavour, sauces, seasonings will not do you any harm. But that's pretty much it. I'm just going to cook up the rest of the eggs and my ground of rice. It's still a little bit warm, so I'm going to keep that in the fridge for a little bit longer while I cook up the eggs. And that's pretty much it for my pre-workout meal. Then we're going to be heading up to the gym for our leg workout. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Alright, so what's up guys? Just heading off now to the gym. So I'm being picked up today by my training partner. He's going to be my chauffeur up to the gym. So I've got my pre-workout with me. We've got the Max 2 scoops. We're just about to go. Alright. So it's my training partner. He's coming to pick me up. I'm going to smash a leg workout today. I say it's been about 40 minutes since I've had that pre-workout meal. I feel like it's digested nicely. Like I say, 75 grams of carbs. I want to give myself a little bit longer to digest those carbs before I go work out, especially on a leg day. Last thing I want to do is bring all those carbs up. So I'm going to get my pre-workout in. Like I say 2 scoops of the Max. Trying to keep away from the stimulants this week. It's proving a little bit difficult, but I'm dealing with it. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. leg day always calls for the lift. Call me lazy, call me whatever you want. But if you train legs properly, you shouldn't be able to walk up the stairs. So that's pretty much quads done. First half of the leg workout. Now it's upstairs to do some hams, abductors. Don't neglect your glutes, and then that's pretty much us. Alright guys, so we just finished up our leg workout. Just in the shops picking up some eggs. Now here's a little pointer and tip for you guys. So normally people will go for something like this, 30 eggs, because there's more in there. But how I like to work it out to find out you get the cheapest for your money. It says here for this 30 pack it's $3.43, but per egg it works out as 11.5p. Now these ones here, they're 15 eggs and they work out 8p per each egg. So what I'll do is I'll get 2 packs of these, which is the same, 30 eggs, and it works out cheaper. So that 1 pack there of 30 eggs is 11p per egg. These are 8p per egg, so you're saving a couple pennies, you know. All pennies help, so that's what I like to do. And it's a little tip for you guys, if you're low on funds and you need to save your money, have a bit of a budget, look at that. Don't worry about what the main price is, have a look at what the little price is. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get these eggs and then get back home, get post-workout meal. Catch you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so back at home now, just about to get my post-workout meal in. So post-workout I switched it up again, but I've got my ground of rice as usual. So in there I've got 80 grams of ground of rice, and I switched it up by putting some quick sugars in there with some blueberries. So I've got blueberries and a little bit of strawberries in there, like they're frozen, just to switch up and give myself some quick sugars as my post-workout meal. So in total, that's 75 grams of carbohydrates, and that's pretty much it for the remaining of my carbs. And also with it, I've got myself 170 grams of chicken breast, my 1 cup of broccoli, and 20 grams of the French mustard, and of course my Himalayan pink salt. With this, I'm going to get my post-workout shaken as well, which is 5 grams of creatine monohydrate, 10 grams of L-glutamine, and 5 grams of essential amino acids, which of course is all from my protein. If you want to get anything, like any supplements and that, like the creatine, essential amino acids, whey protein, isolates, you can head over there and use my discount code BRISTO10 and get 10% off your order. All the links and everything are down below. Save yourself 10% on your orders. And of course, with this meal, I'm going to get 1 digested enzyme just to help digest these carbohydrates and the proteins. And always, when I take in some sort of carbohydrates, I like to take in some L-carnitine. I believe that they contribute well with carbohydrates. So that's why I always take them with some sort of carbs meal. And I've got 3 of them. And of course, the remaining of my jug of water. So the last video I said I'm going to get 3 of these in a day. I worked out 3 of them wasn't enough. Like the time I finished the 3rd one, it was around about 6 o'clock. So what I'm doing is I'm now getting 4 of them in. Now again, I don't really need to be consuming a ridiculous amount of water, but just so I can keep the consistency and know that I'm getting the exact same amount of water in every single day, I've upped it to 4 because I said 6 o'clock I finished my 3rd bottle, and that meant for the rest of the day I wouldn't have to drink any more water. So I've upped this to 4 bottles. This is actually my 3rd one of the day. So I'm going to drink this, get this post-workout meal in. And then pretty much chill out for a little while until I get my next meal in of the day. I've pretty much done all my errands this morning. I've done all my work this morning, so I've got a few hours to kind of kick back, chill, relax a little bit. Especially after the leg workout, I like to, kind of sit back and rest for a little while, maybe try and get a nap in if I can, and then I've got some more work to deal with later on. So I'm going to dig into this now. I'll see you guys on my next meal. Alright guys, so I'm just making up my next meal of the day, which is also meal number 5. So I've got in here my pre-cooked veg and chicken. So for the next meal, I'm just going to get in 170 grams of some chicken breast. So like I say, this was a pre-cooked chicken that I made up yesterday, which I'm kind of running low, so tomorrow I'll probably cook some more of it, which will probably do me for another few days. So 170 grams of chicken, and with this I get the remaining 1 cup of veg. So in here I've made up some green beans and broccoli, which I'm mixing together. Pretty much standard as always. Fill it up, 1 cup worth, stick it in. Simple as that. Nice simple bro food for meal number 5. And that's pretty much it. Just going to add in my seasonings. So with this, I just have a little bit of Himalayan pink sauce. Seven twists to make it accurate. A little bit of black pepper. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to wrap up this video here. I've got some editing to do of this vlog, and it's getting pretty late. I'm pretty tired, so I'm going to dig into this meal. And also my last meal tonight, I'm going to be switching it up, and I'm going to be getting in some of these which I bought the other day. So I'm going to get 1 salmon fillet, which is about 150 grams, and with that I'm going to be having some egg whites, so around about 8 eggs, and that is pretty much it for today. So that's all my meals, that's the whole day, 25 days out. Hope you did enjoy this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up for me. Also, if you do have any questions you want to ask me regarding my prep or just prep in general, always leave a comment down below. I'll make sure I read it, I'll comment back to it. And also, if there's anything you want me to add into the next videos, there's something you want me to change up, something you want me to talk about a little bit more detail in the next video, leave a comment down below and I'll make sure I look into it and I'll add that into the next video. So as always, guys, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting the channel by subscribing. If you are new around here, don't forget to click that subscribe button before you head off, and I'll see you guys on the next video when we'll be 23 days out. So I'll see you guys then. Stay safe as always, make it happen.
Keep chasing shadows.